Joining us now is former US Naval Intelligence Officer John Jordan. John, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us as always. So what do you make of the last couple of days in that impeachment hearing? We were just discussing a little bit earlier that the best parts of it so far seem to be whenever Donald Trump bites. The rest of it a little bit on the boring side.
It is. It's like this. We don't know what the effect of this has been until we see the Republican case, and then we start to see some surveys here. This is the game. The Democrats realize that they're not going to get Trump removed from office. They need 67 votes to do it. It's not there. They know it. The media knows it. Everybody knows it. What they are, however, trying to do is to have this play out long enough to wound him, to damage him going into the election, which is just a few short months away. But what's not being reported is the Democrats are also trying to put 4 Republican senators that come from swing states that are up for re-election this November in a really bad spot and put them potentially at a disadvantage to their Democrat challengers. So the Democrats hope to wound Trump, and they hope to wound enough Republican senators and then hold on to the House that if they prevail and to increase the chances that they prevail in November and have a clean sweep of American government. How successful will this be? We don't know yet. We do know, however, that when the Democrats had their impeachment hearings in the House, it was completely controlled by the Democrats. The Republicans, the president was not allowed to have an attorney there, wasn't allowed to produce witnesses or cross-examine Democrat witnesses. It was a Democrat show. When they had that, numbers really didn't move. In fact, they kind of moved a little bit in the president's favor. So it didn't work then. Will it work now? We won't know until Adam Schiff finishes up tomorrow, and then the president's lawyers have their 3 days, and then we start to see some survey results, and then we'll see what impact, if any, this has had on the state of the race. If
it is going to have an impact, where would it likely be? What swing states would you look at?
Well, this impeachment is a national event. And it's being played out nationally, so the numbers likely would move nationally. But the Democrats aren't going to get any more votes in San Francisco, Los Angeles, or New York. What really matters is Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Florida, North Carolina, and in these states, there's already surveys that are post-Democrat impeachment. When the House version of it. That showed that people were moving away from impeachment and actually more supportive of retaining the president in office. Right now, surveys are even on this point, with a slight edge to the president. The election is going to be decided, and the Senate control is going to be decided in places like Michigan, Pennsylvania, Colorado, North Carolina, kind of where the presidential race is be concerned. And those places are more conservative than is the kind of a little bit more conservative than the national average.
What do you make so far of Donald Trump's reaction? He's been very aggressive and very busy on Twitter this morning, John. He's broken his own Twitter record, about 140-odd tweets in the space of 16 hours. Yesterday, when he was in Davos in Switzerland, he really did line the impeachment trial up by saying that he'd like to be sitting in the front row and staring at their, quote, corrupt faces.
Well, the president certainly has had some busy fingers in the last 24 hours with his smartphone. In this case, this is one of the cases, the impeachment story is so big and people are kind of glued to this that it actually probably is big. What's going on in TV for the first time in a while is actually bigger than what the president says. Obviously, this won't go on forever, and the president's tweets will again dominate the news cycle in a few days. Right now, about 11 million Americans are watching the Senate trial. If that number starts to fall off today and tomorrow and you start to see viewership go away, that is a very good sign for the president, because that just means that people find this rather boring, tedious, predictable, and there's nothing new to see here. And so it's not moving any numbers. So looking at the viewership numbers is big here in the next 24 hours. But yeah, this right now, this is a television event, for at least for a little while, is going to eclipse the president's ability to disrupt political narratives with his Twitter account.
Well, you're never boring, tedious, or predictable, John Jordan, and we appreciate you joining us once again. Welcome back for 2020. We'll see you soon.